بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So now, why did As-Siddiq, during the fights with those who refused to pay zakah, why did he put all the women and children in a particular fortress in Medina? Join us in this program from Ash-Sham, the land of jihad and ribat, till the coming of the hour, to find out why this was the case.
للطريق مشاعل الأنوار هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار قادة رفعوا التميز راية هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار قادة رفعوا التميز راية هم في العزيمة همة الأنصار هم للطريق مشاعل الأنوار هم للنسيم عبيره الفوار قادة رفعوا التميز راية
As-Siddiq decided to send Khalid ibn al-Walid to attack the tribe of Tayy. Now, this tribe was further away from Medina. Actually, it was quite far from Medina. The reason being that As-Siddiq chose to do this is that he can cut off the line of reinforcements for the other tribes that were closer to Medina. So it was a strategic move in order to strike fear in their hearts, as well as to cut off their reinforcements and to make the Muslims look more powerful than they are. Actually, in Medina, the situation was quite different. Now in Medina, As-Siddiq prepared, or he made all the companions of the Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, who stayed steadfast on Islam, to sleep in the masjid, in the mosque. Now this shows us that in Islam, the benefit, or the benefit of the group goes over the benefit of the individual. So as opposed to staying in their houses, he made all the men who are capable of fighting sleep in the mosque in case there's an attack, they'll be ready. He also set up patrols around the city of Medina. So as we could see, he was ready and prepared to receive or for any attack, and he wasn't leaving anything to chance. So as I said in the previous episode, there was a reason why As-Siddiq put all the women and children in a particular fortress. Now, in a previous battle, the battle of the trench, al-Khandaq, when the Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was alive in the 6th year of the Hijrah, or of his migration, the Jews of Al-Madinah attacked a house that there was women and children in, whilst the Muslims were out doing battle. So for this reason, to avoid this treachery, As-Siddiq placed all the women and children in a particular fortress so they can be safe from any treachery, whether it be from internal treachery or external treachery. So this is the reason why he placed the women and children in a particular fort. So the situation in Medina was actually quite fragile, but to the enemy it didn't seem like that. It seemed like the Muslims were attacking the Romans, that they attacked some tribes that were very far away from Medina. So the strategy of As-Siddiq was to look strong and to come in hard. What he was doing, what he also done, was he sent letters and messages to those that were semi-loyal to him, and warning them of the repercussions of going out against the state, and also reminding them of the bonuses or the privileges that being loyal will give them. So actually some tribes decided to join the fight with the state for this reason, because of these messages that they were receiving. So it shows us the importance of communication. So what this done was it gave the Muslims trust in their leadership, trust in the statecraft skills of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, and also it strengthened the state of the Muslims, because the zakah money was actually paid, and those that did not want to pay it, it gave them a kind of carrot and stick effect, because they realized that if they were to obey and go in line with what they're supposed to do, not only will they be rewarded in this worldly life, the dunya, they'll also be rewarded in the hereafter, in the life of the next world. And also, if they were to disobey, they will be fought and they will be killed, and in the next life they will be punished. Eventually, when the war was over, those that fought against the state of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq were pardoned. And this shows us that those who work for the guidance of humanity, to guide the humanity from the light, from the darkness of disbelief to the light of Islam, pardon those that do wrong. Now, those that were pardoned, even though they were pardoned, they were stripped of their weapons. They were not allowed to carry weapons, number one. Number two, they were also not allowed to take part in any Islamic expansionist efforts, because as we know, in the time of the Siddiq, there were some expansions for the state of Siddiq. So they were not allowed to take part in any of these expansionist efforts. The reason for this is that even though they were pardoned, those that treachery occurs from once, most likely treachery will occur from again. So it's important to be careful. 3 things we can learn from this story. Number 1, the importance of communication. Before as-Siddiq done anything, he communicated with those that could be potential allies, and also that could be a potential threat, to understand, to know the ground around him before he takes any decisions. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the importance of not leaving anything to chance. As we saw, as-Siddiq fortified Medina. He put all the women and children in a safe place. He made all the men sleep in the masjid or in the mosque, and he set up scouting parties to go around the city 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until the problems were over. So that's extremely important, not leaving anything to chance. Number 3, the importance of planning. As-Siddiq made a plan, and he worked according to the plan based on the circumstances that he was in. For example, speaking at the stage of speaking and discussing with his own people, with his own panel. After he finished from that stage, the stage of sending people coming to him and discussing, people that wanted to leave or not pay zakah, discussing this, then sending messengers, and then eventually preparing Medina for defense, and then fighting. So the importance of planning. And now this was the reason why the Muslims were successful in this particular trial, whereas those who did not want to pay zakah were unsuccessful, and this is why they failed, because of a lack of planning. Why were people not happy with the next man in line for the leadership of the Muslims? And what were the debates that went about at the time? And how did it get resolved on the instance of as-Siddiq's death? Join us next time from Ash-Sham, the land of jihad and ribat, till the coming of the hour, to find out how the next man in line for the state was appointed.